Hello again, Mike Barrett here, still with testingiseasy.com. And in this video I'd like to share with you my second idea for ways to help show the student that you and the student are on the same page, on the same team, which, as we've talked about in the previous two videos, will help you to sort of break down the tension and the, what's the word I'm looking for, the confrontational, attitude that can arise in a lot of bad instructing situations, and help you reach through to the student and actually help the student achieve the results that he or she or Chris wants to achieve. So in this video then, the idea is very, very simple, very straightforward, and very basic. This idea is the use of plural first-person pronouns as opposed to just you when you talk to a student. So when a student comes to me and the student says, I tried this idea from our last discussion, but when I came to this question, I wasn't able to do this, and I missed these three questions, and I still don't totally get why this should even be the way it is. I never say, okay, you did this wrong, you did this, or when you saw this, you should have reacted this way, but instead you did that. Because setting up this I versus you thing, really, again, on a subtle subconscious level, it starts to show the student we're really not on the same team. Even though I'm acting like I'm here to help you, and even though I'm kind of showing you some stuff, and then you're going off and doing it, and even though you have my attention for the time that we're talking, really it's just kind of you on your own. That's what you're communicating when you say you. On the other hand, if you say we, even though obviously the student did whatever is going on, you didn't do it, but if you say we should have done this, or whenever we see a phrase like blah, 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 we want to react this way, or whenever we see a diagram like this, we want to do that. When you say that, it reinforces in a very, very powerful way the message that you and the student are in fact on the same team. And as I've said before, and we'll say again, you should be on the same team. Again, this is not like, you're not faking this. This really should be what you think. You should believe that you and the student are working together to help make the student's performance better. So you'll see this, and I've noticed it all the time with fencing coaches, karate instructors, all kinds of very, very effective individuals that I've been very lucky to know in my life. They almost always talk about we. We should have done this. We should do this. When we're in this position, this is the proper reaction for us to have. That type of thing. It really is very, very powerful. And if it's a small change, and it feels kind of weird in the beginning, if you've been saying, you did this wrong, you did that wrong, you should do this, to switch to we did this wrong, or it would have been better if we had reacted this way. When you switch to that, it's going to feel weird, especially because you and the student both know it's not actually both of you who answered the question wrong, it's just the student. But the student did try to do this using whatever advice you gave, And it is still true when you turn around and say, well, when we see this, we want to do that. It's still true that we globally, meaning all people who are good at whatever it is you're teaching, we do want to do this the right way. So when you say we, you're actually not saying anything wrong, it just might feel a little bit strange in the beginning. Try to get over that, because it is really, really a very effective thing. And again, the student is not going to come out overtly and thank you and say like, oh, thanks for including yourself in this discussion of what I did wrong. I mean, that's not ever going to happen. But you'll notice the student softens almost immediately. And where before it might have been like the relationship between a dog owner and, a dog who's done something, who's misbehaved somehow, and the dog owner says, bad girl, you did this, you went the wrong way, or whatever it is. I don't even know what dogs do wrong. But you know what I'm saying, where that's what most students expect to have happen when they come to you and say, I tried this and I couldn't get it to work. Instead, you're saying, okay, well, when we did this, we should have done that, and, we should have worked out this way, and we. And all of that reinforces, it's okay, we're on a team, like I'm here to help you, I'm not here to review your work and to make you feel terrible about not being as good at this as I am, because obviously that's going to come over time. It sends this message very, very easily, very quickly, and it's just one word. Just say we instead of you. We should do this instead of you should do that. Much, much better, and really it sounds kind of like I'm not a very touchy-feely, mushy kind of person. Like, I'm really not. And I know this sounds kind of like that, but it is extremely effective. And if you think about it, this should be how you feel. You should feel that you and the student are on the same page. So use we. Automatically, you're going to see a much, much more receptive student, or a much more receptive classroom, much more receptive whatever it is, when you start to include yourself in among them in the way that you speak, because that shows them this person really believes in me, this person really thinks that I'm worth collaborating with, which again is going to remove the tension, going to make it much, much easier for you to communicate your ideas, ultimately going to make things much, much better for you, both in a results sense from the student standpoint and in a business sense, because happier students means more job security or more work or whatever it is that you're trying, to do this for. There are very few volunteer. Anyway, whatever. You get what I'm saying. So I will talk to you in the next video with another tip for just a very, very small change you can implement to start getting the students to feel that you and they are on the same team. So thank you, and I'll see you again in just a minute.